Hey, what's going on, everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to do our Reddit review, see what kind of conversations are going on over there. You know, we just ended up getting these showcase reveals, so I'm sure it's going to be loaded with lots of topics about the reveal. I'm really excited to see how everyone is feeling about the information that they did drop. Now, before we jump into it, if you guys would hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate you. Alrighty, guys, the most trending post over here is this one, 2.5 thousand upvotes. Energy Drink High said, I'd give my life for him. Snow White over here, show me the real star of Wishblossom Ranch. Tigger, I said the real star. Bumblebee, he's perfection. I know everybody lost their minds. You know, Dreamlight Valley has a bunch of just really base companions or animals, right? You know, your rabbits, your raccoons, you know, some crocodiles, things like that. But a bee is a completely different aesthetic, and I love it. I love that we have another like flying companion. We did end up getting like the dragons and stuff, but I don't know. There's just something about getting bees in the game that's going to be incredible. And can you imagine if we get like a blue bee or a pink version of it, which I'm sure, you know, they want to save a lot of the surprises for the release, but I'm ultra hyped for it. Also the poses. I can't wait. And imagine throwing this in a Winnie the Pooh build that you have, put them in a companion house and have the giant bees flying around with the smaller bees from the beehive item. It's going to be perfection. Alrighty, guys, next post is by Kers here that said, how cute. Very trending post. Let's see what we got here. Oh, the new dragon. I know. I'm actually not seeing a lot of people talking about this dragon. I think it was because the showcase was so overwhelming. But yeah, they actually showed off this dragon that everybody is going to be getting for free in the next Cinderella update, like the next free update on December 10th. So this is the one that the community had actually created, or at least we designed. We were able to provide some feedback to the developers of what we wanted this companion to look like. It was supposed to be overall cottagecore and flower theme, and he definitely doesn't look like your classic generic cottagecore aesthetic. The like sakura cherry blossom trees, I think they're still considered cottagecore too. It's just a different take on it. So I think they're still within the same realm of cottagecore. I like it. I absolutely can't wait to get this dragon in my valley. And I think they did a great job with the wings too. The wings actually look very different than what I thought they were going to be. We don't know what the emitter trail is going to look like. So the dragon is supposed to leave like a trail, which could be like, you know, flowers and stuff. So maybe it's going to drop the little pink petals as it, you know, hops around and follows you around. Up next, we have a post by Mayor Winnie that said screenshots of subtle details for Wishblossom Ranch. Yes, I personally have been going through this trailer like crazy. I have went over it like 7 times probably. I've probably watched that entire thing like at least 7 different times. Tigger's house looks incredible. I like that it's a giant tree, but it also has the little tree house in here. Got the swing, but look at that back wall with the honey pot falls. I love the little dandelion seeds that are actually floating around here. We got the goose on this side. Yeah, his little tree house is incredible. I actually am probably going to bring him back to my main valley. And you know, they have a couple villagers in the game that have tree, like the Cheshire Cat has a tree house. So, you know, now we have this tree house. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Cruella's design looks perfect. She really does. I spotted these little mannequins as well, and they look like they're actually just part of the terrain. So I don't think they understood us when we said that we wanted mannequins outside. This isn't quite exactly what we meant. We don't want them just for decoration. We want to be able to actually use them the same as in our house and, you know, use them to dress up mannequins so it looks like you have your own custom villagers here. But the fact that you see this multiple times throughout the trailer, I think it's just part of like the decor of the map. I'm really hoping we can actually apply clothing to them and pick them up and also take them to other biomes. Also, the giant scissors is kind of cool. This whole biome is just very, very strange. I think it was called like Glamour Gulch or something like that. It's definitely going to take a while to get used to the name, but it's an interesting aesthetic for sure. And then we got our boy Tigger. His face just looks too funny to I love it. Also, this giant like ice cream thing back here, it also has candles like a birthday cake. There's that giant cherry we saw that they were throwing us off with. the giant flowers, all the characters look good. And then here is a closer look of Tigger's house. Yeah, it even has the little lights here. There's the little tire swing. The background looks like we have some standard waterfalls over in this biome as well, with just some regular water. We also have giant ladybugs too. So ladybugs, giant butterflies, giant flowers, giant everything over in Pixie Acres. And then we have this whole mining area, which is definitely giving Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. I think this is actually located over by the Cruella area, like the Cruella's estate. And these flowers are very interesting too. One thing I noticed is they just went with a very different take when it comes to some of the items. Like if you look over here at these trees, it's hard to tell, but it almost looks like a pin cushion is actually going to be something you can use to harvest. And then over here, we actually have some flowers and some ribbons that are like ribbon flowers. And this definitely is a very strange biome. And then of course, being able to have a horn, kind of like a unicorn for our characters. And we can actually customize our horse with our character's outfit and be matching. And then here's that giant like birthday cake slash ice cream sundae in the back again. This is like this furniture piece. They said we were going to be able to like get the blueprints and be able to like put it together. It's very odd. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be, but it's pretty at least. And then new skins, yep, for Scrooge and Chez Remy. Another thing I noticed was they actually during the trailer showed off Storybook Vale variants of these shops over here in the new DLC. So I think we're going to get an update with this that allows us to actually change the different skins for Chez Remy and Scrooge's shop. So in regular Dreamlight Valley, we may be able to put the Storybook Vale shops and also this like skin on those shops, which will be very exciting. So this was a great post. I mean, there was a lot of things to definitely break down, a lot of little hidden things that you may have missed. And if you just take a look through the trailer, like pause it frame by frame, you're going to see a lot of hidden things that you probably missed your first couple times of watching. I know I did, and we're still spotting things, you know, a few days later. All right, next post is by Dark Evanescence that said, Wishblossom Ranch storage ready. Oh, you actually used the new storage post, the ones we got from the redemption code. Okay, so you have this indoor. I do love that they actually connect closely like that, to like literally perfectly together. And they have the different signs here. You know, that was like the one item I think we really needed to get us prepared for a storage room. I know I'm going to be working on a storage room for Wishblossom Ranch. And I was like waiting because I wanted more items. But now that we have the Princess Aurora's chest like this, and even the new Star Path wallpaper and flooring with the new sign, like this is such a great combination for that aesthetic of Wishblossom Ranch. I think they did an absolutely awesome job here. This is definitely an idea or like some inspiration you could pull if you want to create your own storage room. So thank you for putting everyone on. They said, so after I got my signposts from the showcase, I realized they would be perfect for a storage setup for the new DLC. They match the Sleeping Beauty chest perfectly. I will probably decorate it when a DLC comes out. Yeah, here's the code if you guys don't have it yet. It's 2025 signpost, all caps and no spaces. Oh, here we go. Roadmap. Let's talk about the roadmap for a second. Tay is away said 2026 roadmap. This might be my favorite roadmap yet. So excited for Lady and the Tramp. So how are you guys feeling about this roadmap? Were you guys expecting these characters to be dropping in during this next like roadmap? Or were you expecting completely different characters? Now, when I was doing my guesses, Hercules and like Megara were definitely on my roadmap for 2026. I was not expecting to see Pocahontas during this next roadmap. I was thinking maybe they were going to hold off on the Disney princesses just for a little while, because this year we ended up getting so many, you know, Jasmine, Princess Aurora, Snow White, and Cinderella. They're burning through all the princesses very quickly. And now, yeah, we're getting Pocahontas. And then Lady and the Tramp. This is the one that threw me off the most. I just was not expecting them to add them into the game just yet. And so soon, literally probably the end of February, we should have two little doggy companions, or not even companions, villagers added into the game. Now, another thing I noticed, if you guys remember during the showcase stream, they were mentioning, like they were asking, how can our character understand Tinkerbell since she doesn't talk? And one of the people doing like the little showcase had mentioned that, well, with Dreamlight Magic, we can understand them. So I actually think that opens up the possibilities of getting literally endless amount of characters, even characters in Disney that don't necessarily talk. And so we could end up seeing, like a Pluto and other characters as well that, don't normally talk as much, and get them in Dreamlight Valley as actual villagers. So I'm very excited for this. And, getting a couple of dogs in the valley, 10 out of 10. Up next, we got Peacock Sparrow that said, oh, bother, we got Winnie the Pooh trapped over here. Just putting it out there, when they do add a 100-acre wood realm, I hope it begins with Pooh stuck in the door. The door. Could you imagine? I would absolutely love that. Yeah, I seen a lot of people were very disappointed that Winnie the Pooh was not announced in this DLC, but I think it's a good thing. I think that just gives us more confirmation that we could possibly see a realm for Winnie the Pooh, which is great because then we want Piglet, we want Eeyore, we have all kinds of characters that we would love to have in the game. It is kind of interesting that, they did put Tigger in the DLC, or Tigger is like the first character from that franchise that's actually coming to the game and in an actual paid DLC. I think it's just one of those things that eventually we will get Winnie the Pooh in the game, and then it's more incentive to actually purchase DLCs like Wishblossom Ranch, because then once you get Pooh in the game, maybe they introduce Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, you're gonna be like, dang, I guess I do need to go back and buy Wishblossom Ranch after all, because I need my boy Tigger in here. So yeah, very interesting decision that they did. They definitely did a pretty strong lineup when it came to characters for this DLC. Snow White and Tinkerbell were like the most requested that they have. Throw in a Winnie the Pooh character, and then another like Krill is like, she's kind of like a villain, but kind of not in this DLC. She's more of just someone that mismanaged the ranch, but they did throw in another little character in the mix. So I don't know, it's a pretty stacked cast when it comes to this DLC, but I'm really hoping for that realm. And then guys, the last post we're going to take a look at is this one by Skellect that said Wishblossom Ranch Deluxe items. Now, this is the items that they're actually giving you in the Deluxe edition, which we don't know the prices just yet, but they did put our boy Sven behind an actual paywall. Like, not only just behind a DLC, but behind a premium version of the DLC. They are doubling down on getting Sven in here and opening your wallet, which is crazy, but who can resist? I mean, look at him. Sven, I will give you everything just to have you into my valley. Now, this house right here looks pretty cool, but it also looks similar to a lot of the new building kits that they're adding in a Wishblossom Ranch. So I'm not too thrilled about the house, just because we have a lot of items I'll be able to bring into my valley with those new build kits anyways. Also, the outfits, they do match the aesthetic. They do match the theme. They're not quite my style. It looks like it has this little cape right here, which is, this outfit kind of looks like a reskin of the Beauty and the Beast bundle, the new Dream bundle we just got. We have the royalty cloak with this. It's kind of given the same aesthetic as that. They just kind of changed it a little bit. But then they mentioned that you're also getting some other stuff on top of this, besides the moonstones and then this stuff here. You also get a bond level rewards for Sven. And then they worded it like a dream style is coming for Sven too, unless they were talking about Kristoff. But the way they worded it was like Sven was getting a dream style as well. So there's a lot of additional stuff they're getting in here. Now, this deluxe edition is coming with 10,000 moonstones, which is the same amount that like the magical edition for Storybook Vale ended up giving you. But I actually think you get more items in this than we did for the bundle for Storybook Vale. Personally, I think it's going to be worth it to actually upgrade to the extra edition, just because you do get so many items and you will get moonstones. You're going to need those moonstones anyways if you plan on getting stuff out of the premium shop. So I would imagine that the DLC, this deluxe edition, is probably going to be around like $50, 50 USD. That's how much it was for the deluxe edition of Storybook Vale. And the default price for just the expansion is probably going to be $30. So this will be like paying $20 for 10,000 moonstones and then all of these additional items. But guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's definitely what's trending over on Reddit right now. Everyone's talking about the showcase. Everyone's hyped for it. We actually still have a while. We have like 4 weeks until it actually drops. So I'm really excited for it. We're almost exactly a month away. You guys know I'll be covering it. I'll be I'll be dissecting that DLC, man. I'm telling you, day one, we're gonna have 10 videos coming out. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you all have the best day. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you in the next one.